Hey, everybody, Off the Mic Sports Network here, another edition of Off the Top Rope. So Hangman Adam Page and Will Ospreay to kick off Dynamite. It was easily the best part of the show. It was one of the they've hit a gold mine here with this tournament match. It's not even really a story. It's they've done a great job in the few weeks that they've had in between this match being made official and now these guys cutting a promo. This was honestly one of the best promos AEW's done in at least the last year. Will Ospreay, I don't think gets nearly enough credit for how good he is as a promo. And I think a lot of it is a lot of what I talk about here, authenticity and feeling, real. And Will Ospreay, even if, he's English is not like, he doesn't really come across as like, a very natural talker, but you can tell and you feel it's real. Like it almost seems like he's kind of nervous, but that kind of works too. And it kind of makes him feel more authentic and feel like, more likable. And I think that's why people really like him, like the bruv and like, it just, the way he talks and the cadence and just the way that he carries himself. Even as spectacular as he is as an athlete, it makes you feel like he's one of us. Even if like he does the aerial assassin, he does all these crazy things. And I think that's what makes this match so unique. Hangman is the same thing. He's a spectacular and special athlete, but he feels real and he feels grounded in reality. And that's why I think this match is so great, because these are two really likable guys that you want to root for and you want to see win. And they both have their motives of, hey, and they made it very clear, hey, whoever wins this match is going to be the one that's going to have to go take that title back from Jon Moxley and bring it back from obscurity. So there's a lot on the line in this match that I really think is incredible. But the decision that AEW makes in this match is going to tell you a lot about where they are as a company. It's going to tell you a lot about where things are going for the future. Because again, this leads into what's going to be the main event of the pay-per-view All In Texas. If they go with Will Ospreay, that tells you that they are not about, building their own stars. They are about bringing in new people. And as much as I like Will Ospreay, that guy is not a day one guy. And you don't need to force a story with him, even as popular as he may be. You do not need to force it to have him be the guy to knock off Jon Moxley in Texas. There's no reason to do that. I've already said my piece about this. If they go with Hangman Adam Page, that tells me that they are invested in authentic and trying to get a really genuinely great character and, investing in a story that has really captivated us really since the beginning of AEW. Like this Hangman thing has been going on since 2019. Okay. And the adventure that he has had from Cowboy to Outcast to feuding with Kenny Omega, his former tag team partner, to losing the championship to CM Punk, and then, on this adventure where he didn't make any new gear, and then he basically gets his manhood questioned and almost effectively gets his spot taken by Swerve Strickland, having to turn heel, go dark, and do things that that wasn't really him, and he's pointed that out in these promos. So there is just so much more depth and more real and more, like, as much as I like Will Ospreay and how he's trying to make it feel real, and like I said, the way he carries himself and the way it comes across as one of us, Hangman just feels like the slam dunk. Like it is such, to me, it is such an obvious choice, to maybe more to me than anybody else. And I've seen a couple of people on the internet say that Hangman should win. Listen, again, I'm not trying to disrespect Will Ospreay in the slightest. He will have plenty more great years and plenty more opportunities to win the world title. I don't think this is the right time to do it. And if AEW does go with Will Ospreay as the guy to go face Jon Moxley in Texas, number one, I'm not even sure if he'll win. He should. I mean, like I said, I think the winner of this match should be the new world champion and beat Moxley at All In. But again, if you give Will Ospreay this win and give him the world title shot, that means back-to-back years when you should have given Hangman the world title, you're telling him no. It's almost like it almost comes across to me as like some sort of personal vendetta, that they're almost still mad at him because, hey, it cost the beginnings of what he did in that feud with CM Punk ultimately cost them CM Punk, and he's now in the other place making tons of money and making that product look better. It's almost like what that feels like. It's almost like it's a personal vendetta, because outside of one match with Swerve, which was an unsanctioned match, which does not count, he did not get one over on Swerve at all in that feud. So what that tells me is, like, you are sending a message to your day one fans who have been invested in Hangman from the beginning. In back-to-back years, you are telling them, fuck you, we're going to do whatever the fuck we want, and we're going to push whoever we want. And I understand that Will Ospreay has his own fans that are going to be, like, thrilled to see him be potentially the world champion. But again, I'm watching that promo between the two of them. Hangman is just on a different level. He is on a different level. I've said this multiple times. I think he is as good as just about anybody in WWE right now. That's how highly I think of Hangman Adam Page. So if they do not crown him one at this pay-per-view on Sunday in the main event, you have a chance to just this whole coming of age, the last 18 months, because this whole arc with the dark side of Hangman Adam Page, with the black hat music, which, like, Vincent Padula, has just done amazing themes. It's one of the best themes AEW has. With the dark cowboy and everything like that, and all the cowboy shit coming back, and just, this whole coming of age. The other thing is, like, the other problem with this match is I have no idea what the direction is for either one of these guys when they lose. Hangman's in a much worse spot, because what are you gonna put him with Swerve? What sense is there in that, to have a reluctant alliance? Oh, can they coexist? Hangman needs to be the world champion. He needs to win this match. And to me, it's malpractice. It's a slap in the face to your audience that you're not going to crown him. And again, that's not a knock on Will Ospreay. I love Will Ospreay. I think he's an incredible wrestler, and he's a much better character and a much better promo than people will ever give him credit for. But to me, this is so obvious, and it's become even more obvious over the coming weeks. Like, it's such an unpredictable match, but I am telling you, I will be incredibly let down if Will Ospreay wins this match on Sunday. I'm just telling you what I think, because if you think about what AEW is supposed to represent, it's supposed to be the new age. The one guy who has been the constant in this company since the beginning. This guy was in the first World Championship match, lost to Chris Jericho. This guy's been one of the cornerstone pieces and one of the best characters, not just in this promotion, in any promotion. And you've had back-to-back opportunities where it was an easy pathway to get him into the main event of your biggest show of the year. And if you do it again this year and you pass on him, to me, that's just malpractice. It's just absolute malpractice. It's a slap in the face. It's spitting in the face of your audience. And I don't know how you could be an AEW sicko who has been supporting and riding or dying like I have, despite what you guys may think, and really want to support this company and believe in them, if they're going to go with Will Ospreay, a guy who's literally been there for a year and a half, who's been there for basically a year. He's literally been in this promotion. He's been spotted a couple matches, but he showed up full time in this company like a calendar year ago in March of 23. He's been there for 14 months. Hangman's been there for 6 years. And you're going to give Will Ospreay that moment? And you gave it to Bryan Danielson, which had a convenient out because Bryan Danielson is a legend going out in his final year. But it also gave us the Death Riders. You're going to do it again? You're going to do it again? Really? To me, this is so obvious. So unbelievably obvious what the decision needs to be. It's on you, Tony Khan. It's on everybody in that creative building and in that backstage area who's writing this shit, who's booking these matches. Do the right thing. Hangman Adam Page needs to win the Owen Cup on Sunday. And if not, I just don't know. To me, it feels almost like a death nail to this promotion, because at least one thing that we could hang on to is that we still had cowboy shit. I don't know where Hangman goes from here if he loses this match. Ospreay would be fine, and they could figure out something to do with him. But we'll see. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.